It's Wisdom Wednesday with growth coach Jeanna Grebinger and production leader Robert Filial from the Moore Mortgage Group, powered by Annie Mac Home Mortgage. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are y'all?
Doing super. Robert, let's, I'm going to kind of turn things a little bit and do something a little different. So, what do you think is the hardest part about the whole home buying experience? Or challenging, maybe not necessarily hard, but...
Yeah, that's interesting. So I think it changes. I think a lot of it depends on the market that we're in. And I think that the answer right now, where we're sitting 2022, we're in 2022, right?
Yes.
2022 is going to be different than what it looked like in 2020 and what it looks like in 2024, right? So this is something that changes based on kind of conditions in the market. I mean, right now I would say the single greatest challenge in the market is inventory. Without a doubt, hands down. I mean, it is constant and it's across all markets. It's not an isolated event. You know, the inventory challenges that we see, it leads to rapid appreciation. It leads to heavy competition from an offer standpoint. It leads to a little bit of, let's be real, craziness in some of these offers that we're seeing,
yes.
Right? So if you're, especially a first-time home buyer, it's challenging to get that offer accepted, to find a house that you like, because there isn't as much on the market, right? So that means instead of maybe having 10 or 12 houses that meet your criteria that you can look at, maybe there's one, and it may not be in the best shape or where you want it, right? So then you start talking about concessions. Are we, will I, sacrifice X so I can get B, or whatever the case may be, right? And that's all derived from the inventory challenges we're seeing. We see longer sales cycles, right? So whereas it used to be you get qualified and you could go find a house in 2-3 weeks, and within 60 days you can be start to finish and close. I mean, we're seeing people in the market 60, 90, 120 days looking at houses. It's a grind. Like, it's exciting and it's fun. The first probably 5-10 houses you look at, but then it can be a grind.
Yeah.
And that's all a result of the inventory challenges that we're having. We were at a new home construction shortage for like 12, 13 years, a long time, a massive shortage. So we have this huge deficit of homes on the market. And if we look at, statistical data, the millennials that are coming to age and starting families, which by the way, that's the number one catalyst about home, the start of a family, year over year for the next 8 years, there are more of them entering the market than the prior year. So we have this huge gap in homes that have been built for years and years and years to give us a shortage. And now we have more home buyers entering the market year over year than ever before. So it's kind of the perfect storm. So inventory challenges I don't think are gonna, dissipate anytime soon. That's why when people ask me, are we in a bubble? I can say no. Equity is rapidly rising, and as that happens, if jobs do go away and it gets tough, you can put your house on the market and it's sold, right? So right now the biggest challenge is inventory. I think a challenge, and we talk about kind of what is an evergreen challenge, what's a challenge that's always there in the home buying process. I would say that's the lack of financial literacy. There's a extreme lack of financial literacy in America. People just don't know. They don't know how to manage credit or handle debt. They don't know how to, we talk to buyers all the time and they can't tell us what their income is. They don't know what they make. We talk about what's your gross income and have to explain what gross income is. Like, there's a severe knowledge gap in the financial literacy component of America. Why in the world, we're teaching some of the things we teach in school, but we don't teach financial literacy? I don't know, right? Like, I can't even think of an example. Like, Yeah,
I can think of some, but I'm just gonna...
so many examples, right? Like, let's teach kids how to balance a checkbook, set up a
Yes.
household budget, how credit works, right? How to file taxes, how to start a business, like, off my soapbox. So that's an ever-present challenge in the housing industry, regardless of the market that we're in. So, you know, if you're out there and you're thinking of buying a home, do a little reading, like, you know, common terms is a great place to start. It's dangerous though, right? Because sometimes we get Google experts.
Oh, yes.
And all right, so, but you need to know, you know, kind of the basics, right? And then that will help dispel some of the myths that are out there also, right? Like, you need 20% down, or you have to have a 750 credit score. All those myths that just aren't factual. That comes, you know, we can mitigate those with a strong base of financial literacy. So I think those two things are probably what we see the most of. You know, you can get into as many one-offs as we have time in the day, but those are the biggest challenges right now.
Awesome, thank you. See you next week.
Thanks, guys.